Yo, what's up, fellow introverted network marketer? Listen, you're looking for the top 3 things that all top producers have when it comes to building and growing their MLM downline on the internet. We're going to hit you with those today because let's face it, the network marketing space is divided into 2 factions. You got your old school network marketers and you got your new school network marketers. And some of you have decided that you're going to take the new school approach, but you don't know exactly how to do that. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 things that top producers in MLM are doing, those that are building their business online. So let's go. All right, real quick, if you don't know me, I am H. Cortez, also known as Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite followpreneur. And yes, I am an introverted network marketer, and I built a downline of over 600 people where I personally recruited over 300 people over the last few years. And the way I did that was by doing these 3 things that I'm going to share with you today, because I was the type of person that if I had to personally go up to a stranger, break the ice, use form, family, occupation, recreation, and message to find out if they're a good fit for my opportunity, then close them into giving me their phone number so that I can call them, I just could not overcome my personal fears and apprehensions of doing that frequently enough, shall I say, to build and grow an MLM downline. Because if you don't know anything else about this industry or this business, then know this: momentum is a huge factor. And if you can only muster up the strength to talk to a person once every week or every 2 weeks, you'll never develop the kind of momentum that you need in order to build an MLM downline to the tune of thousands of dollars per month and a 6-figure MLM career, right? So when I came on the internet, I was introduced to the industry for the final time where I had the most amount of success. The way I was introduced to the industry really is what led to my success. I was pitching another opportunity in Facebook groups and online, trying to figure this thing out, still believing in the industry, because once someone drew those circles on a board and showed me residual income, I'm like, I need that in my life. I'm going to get that in my life. I'm going to figure this thing out. I just had no idea it was going to take 15 years and the advent of the internet and social media in order for me to make it happen. Nevertheless, I was spamming in some groups. And yes, I said spamming because that's what you do when you don't have permission or you don't add any value to the group. You're just trying to recruit out of the groups on Facebook. And a young lady jumped in my inbox. She said, "Is your business based on sales or based on strategy?" I was like, well, duh, it's based on sales. All businesses are. But what she was getting at was she had an opportunity where if I applied a strategy to my business, it could increase my take-home pay on my job even before I sold anything. And instead of her jumping on the phone with me and trying to close me that way, she just sent me to a landing page with a video embedded. And when I saw that, I said, not only am I joining your opportunity, but I see a clear path to success for me to build any type of MLM downline, because I can practice a presentation enough to get good on video, and I can put the video out there, and then I can just send people the link to the video, right? So I say all that to say, if you're using the internet to build and grow a downline, there's 3 things that all top producers have in common. Let's count them down. Number 3, they have every single one of them, they've got clear on their target market. Right? Now, this goes contrary to what most people are taught in the MLM space when they're being taught by an old school network marketer. They're saying if they're close enough to you and they're breathing, you should be running form on them. Well, that does not work on the internet, right? You have to get clear on who you are going to target. I want you to pay attention to all of the top producers in your network marketing opportunity. And when you see them online, Isn't it clear that they are going after a specific type of individual? So number 3, you got to get clear on your target. And that's not just people who want to make money. No, that's not what I'm talking about, right? We all know that we live in America. Well, I do, right? I don't know where you're watching this from, but I'm in America, right? 360 million people or so in America, right? Every one of them is not my target audience, even though 76% of people are living paycheck to paycheck in this country. I could say 76% of them are my target because they need more money, right? But that's not targeting. I've got to narrow that thing down a little bit more. I've got to go, okay, out of the 76 million people who are living paycheck to paycheck, I need to identify those who are entrepreneurially minded, right? Or looking for an opportunity. That might shrink my 250 million down to 100 million, right? Then I might say out of those 100 million, because I'm a man, I'm a father of 5 sons, I want to work with fathers. Well, that's going to cut that 100 million down to 50 million. But then I might say, I want to work with new fathers, because if someone had taught me the power of residual income, the power of creating a home-based business and how that can transform my finances when I was 25, 26, 27 years old, my life would be radically different now. So now I not only want to work with fathers, I want to work with young fathers between 27 and 32 years old. So now that might cut my 50 million down to a few million, right? You see, I've got to figure out a target audience so that I am clear about who I'm talking to, because if I'm talking to everybody, nobody's listening. But if I can get on the internet and talk to that young father and say, hey man, if you just had your first kid, just got out of college, had your first kid, thinking about getting married, or got married, had your first kid, and trying to figure out how you're gonna feed and take care of this kid for the next 24 years, you see, the messaging becomes crystal clear when I know who I'm talking to. When I know who I'm talking to, I can also ascertain where they hang out at. Because I'm looking for 25 to 32 years old, I can literally find out where do these people hang out. When I say where they hang out, I'm not talking about a physical location. I'm talking about the types of books they read, magazines. I'm talking about the types of video games they play. This is where they hang out, right? Because I can develop languaging and marketing materials that references those things so that they know I'm talking to them, right? So if you look at the top producers in MLM who are building their downline online using the internet, social media, they are crystal clear about who they're talking to. Number 2, they have all built an authoritative brand, right? This is critically important, and I'm not sure why more network marketers, well, I kind of know why more network marketers aren't doing this. But when you build a brand with authority, you know what that does? It keeps you from looking thirsty out here in these internet streets, right? It presents you as somebody that your target audience should want to know. The reason people typically don't do this is because A, they haven't decided who they're talking to, who they're going to go after, and B, they don't have confidence enough in themselves to say, you know what, I have value to bring to this marketplace. Even if I haven't recruited a single person or sold a single product, the person that you are in every other area of your life gives you the authority to build a brand that also helps you reach out to a particular target audience. The reason I can build a brand like Financially Led Fathers Movement, because I feel that I'm a successful father. I have confidence in that. I raised 5 sons, a nephew, and a cousin, right? 7 young men came through my household, graduated high school. Many of them went to college. And so I feel like I can build a brand around something that I know. I'm confident in that, right? But you got to build an authoritative brand so that you're not looking thirsty, so that people are attracted to you and they want to get to know a little bit more about you. They want to get to know a little bit more about me. Eventually, the question is going to come up. What do you do? I'm glad you asked, right? And then you've gotten permission to share your opportunity with them. So, if you're just tuning in, we're talking the 3 things that top producers in the MLM space are doing online to grow their MLM downline. Number 3, they've already decided exactly who they're targeting. They might be targeting women. They might be targeting moms. They might be targeting high C-suite employees because they're a C-suite employee themselves, right? You got to get clear on who you're targeting within the space. We know everybody could do network marketing, but there's only a certain group of people that you're going to be able to relate to and build reports with instantly. So you might as well start there. Then you got to build an online presence or brand that says that I'm somebody that you should want to know. It attracts people to you, and now you're not looking thirsty when you talk to someone about your opportunity and they go check out your page, your social media handles or whatever, and they see, oh, this is somebody who got something going on. I might want to get to know them. And number 1 on our list, before we get to number 1, I just want to say really quickly that if you want a deep dive free course on how to do all of this, I got a link in the description. It's 100% free. You can go check it out. And this is how I built my online presence, my authoritative brand, and how some questions that I asked myself to help me come up with my target audience. Click on the link in the description and go ahead and grab that 100% free course. I believe it'll bless your life and help get you on the path to building your MLM downline online. So what is the number 1 thing that they do that really sets them apart from anyone else? They always, 100% of the time, always is in capital AL, always lead with value. I want y'all to get clear on something, man. When you are in this online marketplace, there's a lot of people spamming and scamming, right? Tons of people. So if you're a stranger to someone and you haven't picked the target where you guys got something in common that they can see, you don't have an authoritative brand, people are not going to trust you in this space. How do you get someone to trust you enough to let their guards down so you can have real conversations with them? Give first. You lead with value. All the top producers all have free tools, resources, giveaways, training. You look at the content that they're posting, they're giving value, they're solving problems, right? The best way to prove to someone that you can help them is to actually help them, right? So if you want to be a top producer in the MLM space using the internet to build your downline, because maybe you're an introvert like me and you just flat out hate out and about prospecting, I get it. But in order to win in this game, you got to talk to people, whether it's online or offline. If you're going to do it online, then get clear on who you're talking to. Because if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. Build you an authoritative brand. Look at your social media presence and wherever you show up online, I want you to take an objective look at that and say, if I was a stranger, would I want to be connected with that person based on what I see here? Should really think about that. Go look at your Facebook page and look at the things that you posted. Go look at your Instagram. Go look at all of the things and say, would I want to be connected to this person based on what I see here? And then last but not least, make sure you're leading with value. Solve problems for people. You have answers to problems that people are looking for all day, every day. One of the things that I did that made me so successful is I first became a resource And then I became the source. What does that mean? The first success that I had in the MLM space was in the financial education space, right? I wasn't rich, and I'm still not rich, but I have had success in this industry. So I didn't position myself as a rich guy. I just positioned myself as someone who is going to be an aggregator of resources. And you can come to my social media profiles and you can find articles, you can find quotes and memes from other successful people who are already doing the things that most people want to do in the area of their finances. So I became a resource, and people knew that they can come to my page and they get a good article, they get a good laugh on a financial quote or meme or joke. They will get some helpful information that will solve problems that they were looking for. So instead of having to scour the internet, they can just come to my page and they can get articles, videos, memes, texts, inspiration, motivation, and financial tips and strategies to help them win. That was valuable to them. And ultimately, I went from becoming a resource to becoming the source, meaning people started asking me what my opinion was on these different things, right? Which is, what are you doing to win in this space? What does your financial strategy look like? So hopefully this made a whole lot of sense to you guys, man. Get your target audience together. And when I talk target, like if you get the free course, you'll see there's a strategy on how to identify your target. But think about who you were 5 years ago, right? Build you an authoritative brand, clean up everything, and if nothing else, just make everything look professional, right? And then lead with value. Don't be spamming. Don't ask everybody to join your opportunity in every post. Find out what this person biggest problem is and the pain that is causing them, and find out how to solve that through your online presence, and they will be attracted to you and ultimately ask you, hey, what do you do? Then you got permission or the green light to share your opportunity. And at that point, they're more likely to join you than any other point in your online marketing journey, because they knew you were talking specifically to them, right? They see your brand, it looks like it's worthy of someone I need to be connected to. You've blessed them with value over and over and over and over again in your posts and all of those things, in your comments and your engagement. And at this point, they only think, well, hey, if I join them, I'm just going to get more of the same. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget the free resource in the comments. Till I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.